All right, hijab, a traditional form, as they would rightfully put it, for women, sort of to maintain that modesty in how they get to wear them, commonly worn by the Muslim sisters. So today we get to learn best ways that you can, sort of tie up your hijab or tie up your mtandio and look the part. And that is women are out here trying all their level best to look stylish. I mean, long gone are those days where you will just have your hijab the simple way. You have a very nice dress and you want to couple it up with a very nice hijab, colored, flowered, probably for a wedding, probably for just a session, a celebration somewhere. How do you get to hold it up so that it looks good and you stand out as a person? Probably you've worn your makeup and you sort of feel like, you know what, if you just do the usual way, then it will not pop out, you will not look good with your makeup. So how then do you toy around with the hijab and of course look beautiful and ensure that your makeup is seen? And again, the mtandio is not dirtified, of course, by the makeup, because sometimes with makeup it can really be something else. And of course today that's what we get to learn, and we have the ladies on board who will be taking us through how incredible. I mean, we have a couple of them, a couple of hijabs on board, so we get to learn how best you can just tie them up, different styles and look beautiful and look the part. So this morning, and the guest of the day will be introducing herself as she tells us, who her model is, and of course the different types and ways of holding up your hijab and looking good. I mean, a long time ago we used to think that hijabs are just black, but nowadays we're getting creative with the colors. One can actually wear two of them, a yellow and an orange one beneath, another one on top, and you just look incredible. Jumbo,
how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. My name is Sahara. And
yeah, you can look at the camera.
Today, I'm your designer for today. And my model here is called Isir.
All right.
And what we're going to do today is teach you how you can get to look pretty in hijab and still be modest.
Right.
So, yeah, that's basically what we're going to do. We're going to do different styles. How to, if you want to do it professionally for different occasions, if you want to go
while
out,
you're going to the office and all that. Yeah.
So that is what we're going to be doing today.
Yeah.
And I'll take you through it.
All right, and thank you so much, of course, for finding time, and we're looking forward to learn so much. So, because I mean, long gone are the days where we'd think that this is just for the Muslim sisters. No, everyone else nowadays hold up them tandios and they look good.
People doing turbans everywhere.
Exactly, and headgears, and name them. So let's get to learn, and we get started with you, Sahara. Just take us through and why this time around you've decided that this is how to go about it. I mean, and all the different styles of the tandios, the material-wise, and all that and everything.
Yeah, so this is a chiffon scarf.
Yeah.
The material is not that slippery, but it's good for making different kind of designs, and it's easier. So the first look I'm going to do is kind of a turban, but a very simple one. Yeah, so I'm going to take you through on how it's done.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to follow up.
All right, so let's take a look at this, at what she does. Of course, she'll be doing, a couple of them as we proceed with the broadcast, while I will be crossing over to the other side to check out on what the chef is doing and what she's preparing us this morning in regards to, of course, if you're a diabetic person, then you get a chance to also get to learn, sort of what would be good for your breakfast. A simple, sort of breakfast that would give you energy and keep you energetic throughout the day, and equally would not mess you up in terms of health. But yes, this is the first one. As she says, it's a simple one. I don't know. Take us through as you proceed to do with this and how someone should hold it up, because, while on screen, you might not be able to get details if not told very well.
Yeah, true. So what happens is you want to have two equal ends of your scarf.
Yes.
And you bring it back, and what you do is you're going to twist at the back.
Okay.
And you bring it forward here, right? So you take this one of the ends.
Yeah.
It's a very simple style, by the way.
Okay.
So she wants her earrings to be
seen,
and you want to look elegant and beautiful.
And her baby hair.
Yes. So what happens is you bring one side of the scarf.
All right.
You're going to be twisting it around. And from here, what happens is you can create as many numbers of folds that you want.
All right.
It gives it a bit of detail.
So can you use two scarves on this?
Yeah, you can use
such a design. All right. Okay.
If you want multicolored, we're going to do one which has different colors.
Yes. Okay.
So what you do is you're going to pin it here.
All right.
And what happens is you want to have this part hanging.
This one hanging.
Yeah. So it's as simple as that.
Okay.
For the first style.
All right.
And if you want to go further and you don't need this part hanging, what happens is you twist the other side.
Okay.
And you want to create
another fold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Folds.
So to hold it up stable, you have to have pins.
Yeah, you need to be pinning
them.
up,
yeah, all right.
So you choose, because now I need to keep changing.
All right.
Yeah, what happens is you're going to choose. So
okay.
the first one is going to be that simple, and you pin them wherever you want them.
All right. So you really need quite a long scarf right there.
Yeah, because you need to keep twisting and making
and turning and all
yes.
that. That's good. All right. So that's one. Do they have names like, this is a certain style, or is just creativity?
The thing is, with scarves, you can do anything.
All right. All right.
So we don't actually put names to it, because you can still add jewelry to it. You can do anything with it. The thing that we can say has a name is the turbans, because it's clear, like it's a turban. Yeah.
And remember to tell us where exactly you can wear such, because you said there are times, this you can wear
for this look,
for a wedding.
You can,
there are others you can go to the office with.
If it's a wedding, you can do the same style. You just add a bit of accessories and
a bit of color. Oh, all right. Yes. So you can put some nice pins, some nice clips and all that.
So it's all about creativity and how you want to go about it. Yes.
Okay.
So
with the very same scarf, we get a different look, or
we can do with a different.
No, it's okay. You can proceed. You know it best.
So what we're going to do is, here now you're going to tie it.
Yeah. Are there times in life when one can sort of not do this? For instance, I've seen those moments when maybe someone has been engaged, then you're forced to do a certain way of it. So can you get creative at that point?
Well, you can. The thing is, basically, you can do anything you want with it, as long. It depends with how you want to look. You want to look modest. You want to look stylish. It all depends. So,
all right. Let's have the pins. You just produce the pins, and the pins are here, right?
Yes. So for this second style, I'm going to have a bit of pin to do. So.
Okay. So this is just kawaida pins, because then we need to see them.
We have
the safety pins.
The safety pins. We're going to do a different style with the safety pins.
See, I've been wondering all this while, like, how do you manage to have it the entire day and it does not prick you? It does not hurt you.
Right
I am wondering. Every other time I look at the likes of Israel, I'm wondering how are they managing
it gets to hold the scarf, and you
is
don't
it not
need
so
to keep
unsafe?
Doing it. Well, at times it's unsafe, but you know when you're wearing something, you know how far you can go with the pins.
All right. Yeah.
So this is what we're going to be doing. You see, when you have the pins, the thing is, it doesn't keep moving.
It doesn't keep moving, or
it doesn't keep
you maintain the style. And
you see, this is simpler. It has less folds.
Okay.
And if she wants to go to the office and she wants to look nice, maybe not in a very modest, as we put it as a Muslims, but she can still go ahead with it, right?
All right. Okay. So they, like I asked again, there are no names, specific names to some of these styles. No. Well, it's just
as far as
getting creative as far as you can.
Because we do this for our whole lives.
Yeah. So you have to be as creative as much.
You have to be as creative with it. You want to enjoy it.
True. Yeah. Okay. So then it's okay. So again, I looked at it and I was like, it's also important that you have
underneath.
Underneath, yes.
It prevents your hair is a bit soft, so it prevents it from keep sliding back.
We can get another color, maybe.
Yeah. So that is
true. So at least the show is equally as colorful, yeah.
Yes.
All right. Are there times where you can hold it up and leave a bit of your hair sort of out? Is that okay?
That is exactly what we're doing here.
A
bit of your hair,
or
you mean like
hair,
a bang or something. Yes, you can always do
okay, yeah?
It depends with how you want your scarf to look and for what occasion you're actually doing it. Yes.
Okay. All right.
So now we're going to get into the turbans.
And I'm wondering, material-wise.
You see, for the turbans, it's always better to have cotton because it doesn't keep sliding.
All right. Okay.
Yes. So going to come here in front a bit.
Yeah.
And what you want to do is you want to have one side longer than the other.
All right.
And I create a bit of a twist here. So you want to have this shape here.
Yeah.
The V kind of a shape. And you keep twisting this together as you make it a bit tighter.
All right. So what in real sense does a hijab signify?
Well, for us Muslim ladies, hijab is like, it's a compulsory thing.
Yeah.
It's for modesty, it's our identity, it's everything to us. So for us, hijab is you know, what makes us Muslim women.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's so many stereotypes to it, but we actually enjoy having it, we enjoy wearing it.
Right.
And yeah.
What is that one notable stereotype or myth?
The myth is that we're oppressed.
Okay.
In real sense, we're not oppressed because it's, you know, by now we would have spoken out if we're oppressed.
If you felt
it's
like
the 21st century, yeah.
Yes. Does it make you less beautiful all the same?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have this style.
Right.
Of a turban. We have the detail over here.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it not too heavy? Does it feel
You can
uncomfortable?
touch the material.
Oh, it's 100% comfortable. Well,
Yeah.
after all, if you're used to that.
Yes.
But then again, it's also good to have a light material so that
but the thing is, the material is very light on its own, so it's easier.
But this would be too much for an office
Yeah.
wear?
It depends with what she's going to be dressed
But also,
in.
your
you can always
face,
work your way with it. Yeah.
Okay, do we have male hijabs?
Male hijab?
Yes.
No.
What do male, okay, sort of, what do we call it? The one
The
that...
Arafat?
The Arafat, oh, it's an Arafat,
Yeah,
yes,
it's an
yes,
Arafat.
there's the
It's an
Arafat.
Arafat.
Arafat
It's
is
not
the
a
name that I was
hijab
looking
for them, but because hijab was meant for the women.
Yes.
You know, the thing is, the word hijab,
Yes.
this means covering.
All right, it's like
Yeah.
cover yourself and
yeah,
covering.
so
Nice.
for us,
and women are
this is
supposed to
hijab,
cover themselves
yes.
and all that. It's true, even in Christianity, there's where, of course, there's that need that woman covers herself.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think
true.
it's in every field.
It is, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, that's another one. That's a turban laika.
Yes.
So there are a couple ways you can hold your turban up,
Yeah.
right?
So I'm going to do another one without really untying this.
If you just move this way, so at least people are able to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what happens is,
Yeah.
just keep taking this around.
Okay. What is the essence of blending it up with what you're wearing, color-wise and all
the
that?
color-wise, the color coordination is always important,
very important,
for
true.
presentation purposes.
Yeah.
And so what we do, this one now, the shorter side is going to come all the way to the back of our head.
Oh, nice.
And you can either choose to pin it or just push it tuck it in.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's that simple, actually.
I know.
Nothing complicated.
I don't
about
understand
it.
why someone would hold up the very same way design all through January to January through, yeah? Why is it that you guys prefer the black one? I don't know. I feel like the black one is more preferred.
You see, black goes with anything at any time.
Again, it's just about...
You don't know the occasion, what can happen, where you could be. Mostly for official purposes, we do black.
Okay.
Yeah. So for the turbans, that is about it.
That's another one. Okay, those are two, right?
Yeah. We
two
have
types, two ways of holding up your turban.
And two other ways of wearing a simple hijab.
Okay.
So I'll go to the traditional way of wearing hijabs. Yeah. So we can choose a different scarf.
So when you say traditional, you know, like
maybe this kind of a look that I have right now. And
the usual way that
we wear it.
I get it.
Yeah, I think it's important people know how we do it.
Okay.
So I have a very easy way of doing one of my favorite styles.
Yeah.
And what happens is you want to have two equal ends.
All right.
I have a pin. Then you want to have the shape of the face. So.
Okay, that's interesting. So it has to be a little bit tight, right?
Yeah. So what I do is I want to pin it down here. This is maybe when you're in a rush, you're running somewhere.
Right.
And you need to dress up so fast.
It's just about as simple as that.
You take one side, yes, and you drop it back on the opposite end.
Okay.
And you do the same with this end. It's that quick and easy. And what happens is, if you don't want to keep moving it, you want to pin it behind here.
Behind.
Yeah, and that's a quick, easy, simple way.
Yes, a simple one and looking very good. Now, there are times that you sort of feel like, I don't know, a couple of times, I don't know, maybe it's not always the case, but numerous times I've had, you know, like there's always that feeling as to why is it that, you know, you feel uncomfortable when fellow Muslim women are not holding up their hijabs, or maybe they've decided to, you know, just walk with their hair free and their hair free. I mean, what is the notion and what does it speak about, of course, this particular person in terms of the tradition and in terms of the essence of, you know, maintaining this modesty?
There is two things, two very distinct issues. There is religion and there's tradition. Yeah. Right? Religion is a free thing, right? Right. Islam itself does not, it's not compulsory for you to do everything. Like, we know we're human beings. So we have our weaknesses, and for the hijab part, it's compulsory. Yes, it's part of our religion, but we do not get to judge someone based on the fact that they're not wearing a hijab. Right. And it takes time for everyone to embrace a certain issue.
That's good.
Yeah, same thing with hijab. It takes some longer time to embrace it, and some want to do without, and it's okay. Because, you know, some things you leave it between them and God. And their own reasons.
Choices, All right, so it's such a nice color one. You know, it's bright and everything. And a majority of times, by the way, you equally see that at least you guys have loosened up, and you know, you do a lot of bright colors. And with such makeup and, you know, the baby hair, and you have to gel it up and everything. How do you ensure that, you know, it's clean? How do you just...
The material?
Yes, you're cautious, and you're going somewhere, you know, it's an event, and it's probably you're going to stay there for the whole day. Do you have to carry some 2-3 more in your bag?
No, you know, the thing is, a hijab is like any other cloth you're wearing. You know, so like
it's bound to get dirty.
Yeah, it's bound to get dirty, but it's not really going to get dirty as much as the other clothes you're wearing, because it's on your head, and you don't keep moving around with it. And if you know your makeup is, so for her, you see she has her makeup on, so we keep it here. If it's a white color, because it's bound to show that you have some makeup around it, and you don't want it to get dirty and show. So it's just about you being careful with it.
Okay, that's good. The reason why you said this was more of a tradition, this way of doing it, is because, I mean, for the longest of time, that is what people have adopted. What do you think has brought about the change of, you know, people getting creative and people loosening up to color, loosening up to the styles? And, you know.
So I think what happened is fashions, trends, everything that is happening, and you don't want to be doing the same thing over and over when you have options and ways of doing it. So it came about with people just being creative and wanting to introduce.
How do you convince the oldies? You know, it's very much hard to root out a tradition.
Very true. But it's, the thing, as I said, it's not a tradition. Like us Somalis, we have a way of wearing hijabs, and it's a very long one that goes all the way down.
All the way down,
Yeah, but as I said, hijab is about covering, so it doesn't really matter how you cover. You could be wearing this dress, you're covered, and I could be wearing this scarf and I'm covered, and we're all covered, but you're wearing different kind of clothes, right?
True, okay. True. All right.
So the other traditional way of doing it now is the one I kind of have on.
Oh, I thought it was the same.
No,
okay, so it's a whole different.
For my hair, it's not pinned.
Okay.
But it's an easy way of doing it.
All right.
So you want to have this side way longer than the other.
Than the other side, okay.
And what happens is you still use the, you see, for this one, you don't have accessories showing out and all that.
All right,
So this is how you want to tuck this part inside.
Right.
And you just hold it as you bring it up. So you see, it's that easy. If she wants to pin it, so this is just what you have to do. Just lightly, you don't go way deep, just to avoid hurting.
Breaking yourself,
You know, it's still dangerous. And that is...
That is simple,
as simple as that.
This one I know can pass for an office where 101%, because again, it's also what we're used to. So what is, like how flexible can such be applied also, you know, in young girls, children and all that? Can they also be as flexible with the tying up as much?
With the tying up,
or sometimes you just want them to be formal.
What age are you referring to?
Well, just young girls, maybe school-going girls, primary.
Well, school-going girls will mostly go for this because it's easier, but for way younger girls, we have this other than that you just wear directly, you don't have to keep tying, because you don't want them having the pins, it's dangerous and all that,
Okay, so the other time we had a debate, sometimes last year should have been, in regards to the hijabs, you know, in schools and all that. How did it feel like? And
well, personally, I was in a Catholic school.
Okay.
And we weren't given the opportunity to wear a hijab most of the time. Not most of the time, throughout my 4 years of high school.
Right.
And I understood their kind of way of thinking because our principal used to put it very simply.
Yeah.
If you want to practice your faith and have it easy for you, you go to a Muslim school. For me, that made sense. But the thing is, we're in a country where it should be inclusive by now.
Yeah, by now.
But you see, it just depends with them. Because it's a Catholic school, we found it that way. So I don't want to come and bring my rules there.
True.
I
so you have to abide by that.
So it's for Muslim people to wake up, have schools that are also inclusive and
But equally then with the aspect of inclusivity, I think it's always fair that we are flexible enough to incorporate them in our very own other schools.
Yeah, it's true.
And still have them.
We have so many schools that are interfaith and practice, but you know, if you're fighting for a right, you also have to be inclusive on your end. So for Muslim schools to be inclusive as well of other faiths and their practices and all that, because in as much as we weren't wearing the hijab, they wouldn't deny us our normal practices of praying, and they'd give us space and respect. Yeah,
that's a good thing.
Yeah,
okay, so how many more do we have to go? Designs like how many?
I have I want to do one multicolored. So
let's try that. Let's try that.
So we're going to do it with this, and we can go with.
All right, so you'll do the multicolored while we listen to some music. I think it's very important.
No
so we come back, you know, we'll just have the action going on as we get to enjoy some bit of music. And then we come back on you, and you just tell us what exactly it is that you've done in regards to, you know, achieving that style. All right, so we're doing what color and what color?
We're doing cream and black. Cream and black,
okay. So when you're doing multicolored, before we, of course, cross over to music, you need to be very cautious, especially with the attire that you're wearing, because sometimes it would be too much to have two different colors on your head and totally different from what you're wearing.
So the thing is, as I was checking throughout the colors, she's dressed in a kind of black and a white blazer, so it would be easier if I just use those two color combinations that
so
she already has wearing.
Yellow and purple. And
yes.
Sure, okay.
So what you want to do is tie each one of them at the bottom behind her headscarf. And you have this very long end.
Yeah.
And you take the black one and do the exact same thing.
Or you hold it up again and then one long one on the other side. All right.
So now the thing is, just do it a bit behind to have both colors showing. So I want to pull this forward a bit.
So you're saying you're a stylist. So this is technically what, there are times you paid for this to go and...
Yes.
Okay, for occasions, weddings?
For occasions. So it started with my friends.
All right.
Yeah, I just tie the hijabs and do it easily for them. So most of the time, if there's a saloonist, my friend that is having a couple of clients who are having a wedding, want their turbans tied,
then you can step in.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So there are specific ones who are just stylish or stylish for these.
Yes. So for this scarf, what happens is you want to keep.
Okay. Oh, so you went to the black, white, black. All right. Black, white, black, white.
Yeah. Okay. And you can keep going as you pin each. So you see, I want the detail to be shown about the black and white.
All right.
So you can have a pin. Okay. And you can pin it right here. So as I said, you need to be very careful.
Very careful with the pins,
Yes.
True. So these are the parts you don't have to pin, the first folds, yeah?
Yeah, the first fold.
So the very last fold is the one that you pin, and you'll be sure that it will hold.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you want to keep going as you continue pinning them around.
Yeah. Did I even get that? I'm thinking, can I do the same for myself? I was
it's an easy one. If you ever
it looks very good. This also pins, of course, creative for beauty.
Yeah. Okay. There is so many kind of pins you can have. There's one that you just stick it in like this and hold. It doesn't have a needle but the needle and you want to have.
This is nice.
Yeah.
I hope you've told someone to take photos of you, Issa. You cannot miss out on this, okay?
Yes. So There you go. You want to
Nice.
keep pinning.
And then you pin another one, or
Yeah,
you just leave it at that?
You can pin another one just to hold it tight.
To hold
You
it,
don't need
yeah,
to
so
keep
it doesn't
bothering yourself
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So
Okay.
that is another style for
Nice.
multicolored, and we have another option.
Wow, this is beautiful.
So what happens here,
Okay.
you want to twist them together.
Remember, this is all about you, ladies. So we said it's not going to be left for the
not just
Muslims.
for the
I
Muslim
mean,
ladies, yeah.
nowadays we do our Ankaras,
Yeah.
and you want to get creative on how you hold them up, on how, you know, you tie your turban, and you look very beautiful and look very good. So yes, these are tips, not just for the Muslim sisters, but for all of us. Personally, I've grabbed like 2-3 of them that I'll put to exercise, especially on the weekends and when you're going to church. You know, sometimes we do just... you run away from the usual way of making your hair, and sometimes you're safe, by the way.
Yes.
Like for instance, for us, nywele zetu ni zile za
So that day you're having a bad hair
bad
day.
hair day, you sorted.
Yes,
Sincerely, you are
exactly.
sorted, and you covered on this. This is nice also.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is another way of having the
The
multicolored.
multicolored, yeah, which you still can do one color.
Yeah, you can do
Yeah.
one color, go on with your turban.
That's nice.
Yes. So you want to pin this here.
Right. Okay. You know, I've not seen you use the safety pins at all.
I used it on one.
Or you used it on one down
yeah.
here. All
Yeah,
right.
but with the safety pins, if
Yeah.
you're having like a bunch of colors you're doing, or with the multicolored, the first style
it
I
comes
showed
in
you,
handy.
yeah,
Yes.
you want to pin them on each stage so that it doesn't keep bothering you.
So, like, how many styles so far would you do?
Well, you can go as many as 15.
The ones that you're confident about, the
Yes.
ones that you know, like 15. Whoa.
Yeah, you can keep going. With scarves, the thing is you can be very creative about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it gives you that chance to do whatever you feel like, and sometimes you have different face shapes, different makeups.
Right.
So it depends with what you want to showcase.
Okay.
So this is the final style we'll do now.
So when you talk about face shapes, there are times that, you know, there's just a style that would not go with a certain...
I know turbans don't go with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you would
That
never
is something
even
I'm
do that.
very
Okay.
confident about, yeah.
That's good. So it's
So-
important you also get to know. So you just get
Yeah.
creative, try, and then if it works, okay. It doesn't
Exactly.
work, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So any more? Any other?
We can...
Or
So for now, I'm going to do this.
for now,
This
you're
is
going
it.
to
Yeah.
do this. This is incredible.
Yeah.
You'd speak out to the people out there on how you're supposed to look good and everything. I mean,
Yeah, so all I can really say is with the hijabs, you can do basically anything. You don't
Right.
have to be a Muslim lady. You don't really have to conform to a certain faith or tradition. It's all about fashion.
Yeah.
So you do whatever you feel like doing. You wear it however you feel like doing it. Yeah, but for the Muslim ladies, for us, it's a faith, it's a tradition.
yeah.
So we do it. Some of us really want to do it, some of us don't. So I'll urge everyone to embrace it. At whatever stage of their life, they will embrace it at.
And I think the biggest reason why many people would not have wanted to do it, or maybe they sort of felt like comfortable, is because they had not gotten to understand the creative aspect of it. It's like, you know, you don't want to be conformed into that usual thing, and every other day
so
you
maybe
have to
if
wake
they
up to that.
understood you can do a lot with the hijabs and still look good, they would actually embrace that.
All right, Sahara, thank you so much for taking us through this. This is incredible. Of course, the model of the day is right here. And I'm sure you've picked, like, how many of them? How many styles? Like around almost 10. We've done two those ones.
Began with
turbans.
we've
done the previous one. Like about 6, 7 out there.
Yeah.
So that means you can get as creative as that. Of course, please get creative with something, you know, the very last one. A request from me. And then later on, we'll come and see what this very last one that you've done on Easter. As of course, we cross over to the other side where the chef is on standby, fixing some 2-3 things for us. A breakfast for a diabetic person. But of course, before we go to them, we'll get to listen in to some bit of music. It's all about soul. It's a Feel Good Friday. And Axenic is on standby with us. So let's get to listen into that.